Well, hello everybody. This is Captain KC coming to you from Mexico Beach in Port St. Joe, Florida. Today we've got some different things going on. This podcast will be a little bit longer than the ones in the past because not only am I doing it for those of you who listen to it on the podcast platforms, we're also doing it as a video as we go here. So it'll be a little interesting, but we'll try it out and see how things go. Welcome. It is the last day of 2025 and it's cold. It's cold here in Florida. We're 36 degrees this morning. So for the iguanas that fell out of the trees, we send our best. But a lot of stuff going on. Wanted to recap 2025 and how that went for us. Some things we learned. We're going to look ahead towards some changes for 2026. Talk a little bit about politics and how that's playing into our fishery, and talk about some new things for 2026 for KC Sport Fishing. First off, 2025 was, in my opinion, a better year than 2024 as fishing went. We did better on snapper. However, we had a lot fewer trips this year. I think the economy played a big role in the number of trips that we ran, but we still had a great time. We had some opportunity to do some fishing on our own early in the year, so that was exciting. I am definitely 100% convinced with the water temperature and things like that, how it does affect the red snapper bite. The fall bite, winter bite on weekends for recreational has been phenomenal. The guys that are getting out, they're catching fish. If you're watching or listening to our podcast on Florida Sportsman Online, Action Spotter, or reading my reports on Florida Sportsman Online, you will see that the fishing is really good. You guys don't mind me today. I'm wearing my glasses because I've got some notes here. I want to cover some things and make sure I don't miss them. So, but water temperatures played a tremendous role in 2025. So my recommendation to you guys this next year, once we hit late June, July, start running further. When we ran further, we did better on our fishery. We got out into what I consider to be fresh water. And when I mean that, I don't mean, water without salt. I'm saying that when you get far enough out and get into the currents in the Gulf that are actually moving water that is cooler, I think you do better, or either fresher water. We get out 50 plus miles, we're doing a lot better catching fish. So a note to remember on that. This year we did as well on some cut baits as we did on live bait. So don't always believe your trip is a failure if you don't have live bait at the end of the day, or I'm sorry, the beginning of the day. Get out there and catch you some grunts and things like that, and start cutting them up, because you'll be amazed. Even remember, any fish that's legal to keep is also legal to use for bait. We do vermilion snapper. You can use those. You can do porgies. They all seem to do very well. And squid. I use the whole squid. And the nice thing is I don't get the jumbo ones. I get the ones that are about 4 to 6 inches long, and they seem to do really well on all species. So keep that in mind going into 2026. No live bait doesn't mean that it's not going to be a good day. We've also started using some soft tail jigs by No Live Bait Needed. They use the initials for the company, and that has worked really well in a number of different fisheries around here. Changes to 2026. The powers that be have granted the east coast of Florida a tremendous season coming in 2026. So you guys be prepared to get out there and take advantage of it, enjoy it. Don't prove them wrong, let's prove them right when we do our fishing for 2026. Take what you need, but don't take more than you need. That's always what I tell people, even on them charters. You know, you guys aren't going to eat these fish, don't take them. We'll release them. So that being said, we don't know exactly how the structure of the season is going to look. They're supposed to get, I think, 29 days. You could be looking at some fall days like we do in the Gulf, which have been really good. The nice thing for you guys is you can get out there and catch them, but it's not a derby mentality of the ridiculous 1 to 2 day seasons that you have been having. Gulf season, we know you're going to open up this year in 2026 on the Friday of Memorial Day. So we're all excited about that. Even the federal charter guys are going to be out there early, which is good. We did get a token season for the winter, the federal charter guys, but I don't know why they bother. They notify us on the day it opens. We got 20 days, and we've got to market it, get people down here. We're not like the big charter boat operations that have people walking the dock every day and see, oh wow, we can go fishing and keep red snapper. Which leads me to my next controversial subject, and this is going to rub some people the wrong way, but I want all of you guys out there, especially in Florida, to know the big charter boat operations are not our friends. We've got two large charter organizations to the west of us here in Port St. Joe. And I will tell you that they are campaigning against extended recreational seasons. They are campaigning against different limit increase discussions. So don't look at that as your friend. They are out there campaigning against you, even though they take you fishing every day. So remember that. They are going against the private-owned recreational boats, and I think that's wrong. And unfortunately, people are listening to them. So that's why we have a lot of the things that we have. Now, I'm probably the only guy that goes out here and admits this to the way it happens, but it doesn't just happen in Florida. You got a lot of people driving seasons for self-interest reasons. My thing is, I carry recreational fishermen to fish, and my regulations should be the same as everybody else's. You know, Florida has done a disservice to everybody. They have split the seasons into 3 different categories: commercial, federal charter, and recreational. I tell people, but a federal charter is a recreational fishery. I don't care how you look at it, and if you can explain it to me in a different way, I would be happy to listen. But I take recreational fishermen fishing. So that's where the focus needs to be. And I know a lot of them are doing it for self-serving reasons because of their season. One in particular says, well, we're only going to fish in the summer because that's when our customers are here. Well, I get that. And some of the fall season worked out really well. But I will trade you any month of the year for August. August is a terrible month to come down here and go fishing. It just is. I mean, you know, you fight and you struggle and you do things you can to get fishing. To get fish, it's hot, it's miserable because the wind's not blowing, and we're down here trying to catch fish. I'd give you, I'd take September, I would take October. You know, it doesn't, as people that want to catch fish are going to come down here when the fishing is open. And it's high time that you guys all stood up and said, hey, you need to listen to us, because you got people that are fighting against you that appear to be on the same team, and they're not. So that being said, 2026 does hold a great opportunity for the guys on the east coast of Florida to be able to get more red snapper days, and I applaud that decision. And the realization is we don't have any more fish than we had in 2024. We're just getting more fishing days. So I think we're going to prove that we're still not overfishing the fishery, that we're benefiting it. If you live in another state, start asking the same questions, because trust me, it does happen in other states as well. Even though people work together and try to make it best we can, you really have to know that people are doing these for different reasons. So That being said, we have changes coming at KC Sport Fishing that I'll go over in just a few minutes. It's really exciting at Batson Enterprises. For those of you who don't know, I have been on the pro staff with Batson Enterprises for, I think I'm going on about 10 years now. And I really enjoy it. I really enjoy being part of fishing rod development and testing and seeing what works best in different areas. But they do have some exciting new rods that have just come on the market. They're the travel rods, and they're 3- and 4-piece rods depending on the final length of the rod. But for those of you guys who love your rods that want to get it in a travel style, check with me here at kcsportfishing@gmail.com, or go on the Batson Enterprises website, and it's batsonenterprises.com, and look up their travel rods or their multiple piece rods. They've got a surf rod that I'm looking forward to testing in the spring here on the Panhandle that will actually break down into 4 pieces, and it's light enough that you can enjoy pompano fishing, whiting, and then even get into some redfish, things like that. The bull red's going to be more of a challenge on it, but you're going to be able to have a good time, which is the #1 reason we all fish. Followed closely by being able to put some good fish on the table to eat. So go check out Batson. You can get in touch with me. We just sold some of our rods we've used over the years. We've replaced them with new ones. And you know, a lot of people were excited when I let them know what was going on. New things coming for KC Sport Fishing and Captain Kevin here. I'm not going to be running regular charter operations. I'm going to be doing captain services and private guide services. In other words, I'll come go with you on your boat. We'll spend the day fishing. I'll teach you a lot of different things that I do and I know. So it'll be a good time, and it will allow us to have a lot of fun and get a lot more one-on-one teaching time than we do on a regular charter boat operation. I'm also going to be doing some fishing out in my old home of Westport, Washington this spring, some this summer, and some this fall. I'm going to be going back and forth in between. So you just really have to reach out and get in touch with me. Our phone number is new. It's 850-688-3661. It's KC Sport Fishing. We have changed our number over, so the one on the banner behind me is not correct anymore. Also, if you're interested in fishing out off the Washington coast, reach out to me, because I'm going to be coordinating some trips with some of my good charter boat friends, and we can put together a trip. You need to bring 5 guys, and we can go and we can fish and have a good time. If you fished with me before, you can give me a call. If you're interested in going, I'll give you all the details. For those of you guys who fished with me in the past, some of the guys that have fished with me almost every year, if you guys have fished with me in the past and want to try to go again, give me a call. We'll see what we can work out to get you out. I do have access to a boat, so we can utilize that and go fishing. It'll just be a matter of whether or not I'm on the East Coast or the West Coast during the summer. Either way, it'll be a blast. I look forward to getting back out there and fishing for salmon and albacore tuna. If you have not fished for albacore tuna, I will tell you, hands down, that is my favorite fishery on the planet. It is total chaos, and it is so fun. You're talking about adrenaline pumping and getting you going when you've got 6 tuna on the boat at the same time, and they're all in the 20 to 40 pound range. It can be chaotic, but it is a ton of fun, I will tell you that. But a lot of things going on. You know, life's full of changes. My operation has changed a couple times over the years. I just turned 62 this year, so I'm going to keep doing it as long as I can keep going. And I can keep getting up every morning, and the bones and the muscles will cooperate. I'm fighting. As the song says, I ain't going to let the old man in. So I'm going to keep on fighting it. I've appreciated you guys watching and listening to me over this past year. I know I've taken breaks during the year, but you know as well as I do, life gets in the way sometimes, and we can't always do things exactly the way we want to. I don't have a big sponsor, so I fit the bills myself. So sometimes you just have to be a little patient with me, but check in on the podcast and we've got a YouTube channel, KC Sport Fishing, the letter K, the letter C, just like you see behind you. Check that out. I've got some old videos that, been out there for probably 10 or 12 years now, tuna fishing and, some just little snippet videos and some long videos of fishing trips. So go check that out. We're on Instagram, KC Sport Fishing on Facebook. Check us out. We post quite a bit of stuff there. You'll see stuff there more than anywhere else to keep you posted on what's going on. I want to wish all of you guys the best year, 2026. Be the best one you've had. Get out there and go fishing. Take time for yourself and your family. Don't spend so much time focusing on work. When you have the opportunity to go, go. When you can travel, travel. Come go fishing with me out in Washington with some of my buddies. Come go fishing here in Florida. Do it. Life is too short not to do it. I've watched a bunch of podcasts or listened to them myself. One of the best ones I've heard in a long time, if you haven't listened to it, is you may or may not be fans of Joe Rogan, but I watched a podcast with him and Billy Bob Thornton a couple weeks ago. You know what? Sometimes we form opinions of people that are so far from the truth it's not even funny, and I learned a lot on that, and I encourage you. There's a lot of stuff out there, a lot of information. Let's get out of the politics and get back into life, get back into enjoying life. We have a group of politicians that do not have our interest at heart, and they're making a mess of our country, and I'll just say that. So it's time to let everybody know that, hey, we're tired of it. We're going to quit listening and paying attention to you guys and all your rhetoric. Start doing your job. Start doing what we elected you to do and put you in Washington, D.C. to do. Do your job. For those of you who have the opportunity, watch for us a little bit later in January as we're settling into 2026. We'll have more information as things change. Like I said, get in touch with us if you want to go fishing, either here in Florida or in Washington State. We'll get it all hooked up. And in the meantime, enjoy New Year's celebration and have a great time. And I got one more thing to say before I sign off. Go Dogs.